Hello everybody, my name's James. Welcome to the Planet FPL Gameweek 19 Deadline stream, and it's live. Over the next 57 minutes or so I'm going to intend to take as many of your questions as possible via the YouTube chat to answer as many of your FPL dilemmas as possible. The breaking news is confirmed in the last hour or so by both Tottenham and Crystal Palace with very strongly worded statements is that the game at 3 p.m. this afternoon is scheduled to go ahead. That means this stream will end exactly as soon as deadline hits, so I can intend to go to the game. Firstly, an apology from myself. I was given information last night that the game would be off. That information proved to be incorrect, and I'd like to apologise to everybody for that. My team is on screen as it stands. I haven't made transfers as yet. The intention is to take a -4 to sell Mohamed Salah and Emmanuel Dennis for Heung-min Son and Armando Broja. I would have to take a -8 to get Ronaldo and Son. My slight preference is for Sonny personally. I can't see anything else that I'd want to move that would make Ronaldo worth the -8 if all the games are on. If there's any news in the next 50 minutes or so that something else gets postponed, I will almost definitely take that -8 for Son and Ronaldo and another player, depending on what games are postponed. Brighton very much on my thoughts. Tariq Lamptey, Leandro Trossard, both potential options for myself. You'll see my correct score predictions for the 7 remaining fixtures that are on the screen. Benching dilemmas below me. If you're in a blessed place to be able to use that, congratulations. But it may be useful for those who are on a free hit. On a free hit, personally, my opinion would be that I would only consider it if I was down to 5 players or less. My personal circumstances that even if I was down to 5 players, I would still not use the chip. I think there will be better gains at other points later in the season. Below me you'll also see the ticker for next 5 fixtures for all teams, and to my right, top captaincy picks for the game week, which yes does have Cristiano Ronaldo top, but my preference for Sonny over Ronaldo is based across all 3 of the games in game weeks 19, 20, 21 rather than just this game week, and also keeps me at a closer midfield value price point to be able to get Mohamed Salah back from, I'm going to say, when do I want him back? Game week 24, most likely. Right, good luck everyone. Let's get into the chat and do this. This will be fast paced. Mohammed Cameras says, afternoon James, how are you? How was Christmas? I've been stressed the last 12 hours or so. Not because of this game, but because of real anger and disappointment that the Tottenham game wasn't going to happen. I'm now pleased that it is, and I'm looking forward to going to the game. By the way, I should clarify as well that I'm wearing this. The reason for wearing this, you may remember a couple of months back, I'm not even that long, I don't think, there was a request sent into the Premier League for all home teams to wear their away kits today to raise awareness about homelessness, and that's why I'm wearing the away shirt today, is to promote that and remind everyone. Mohammed says, do you have any crazier Boxing Day experiences than this one? No, to be honest. Best set up, mate. Love your work. Be safe. Thank you. And to you too, Mohammed. Sam Holden says, I can't get Ronaldo and Son without -12. So Salah to Son captain, 1 free transfer, or Salah and Antonio to Bowen and Ronaldo, -4. Hope you have a great day yesterday with your family, mate, and good you can go to the game today. Thank you. I think Bowen is a absolutely brilliant buy for anybody today. My instinct is Antonio probably won't be available. I don't factually know that one way or the other, but that's my instinct, which would mean Bowen OOP again. He's a super little price. What is he, about 6.4 or something? So I actually prefer to get him Bowen for the -4. Ash says, to get an 11, Bowen and Adam Armstrong -4, or Son and Broja -8. Why not Bowen and Broja for -4, Ash? That would be my instinct to that. FPL Invincible had James, Salah, Wilson, Bernardo to Son, Martinelli, Ronaldo for -8 hit or play free hit. The other players at risk could not play in my team are Foden and Gahey. Those 2 players would definitely be at risk of not starting, of course. Not the free hit, mate. Although I'm not big on you forcing out Wilson and Bernardo when they've got fixtures. Martinelli could be rotated, right? Son and Ronaldo, I think we can be fairly sure that they will start. Obviously, the United game isn't till tomorrow, so you certainly wouldn't get any news on Newcastle and United before deadline, but we don't anticipate any problems. But then Newcastle haven't had any issues yet, which makes me a little bit sceptical of their fixtures just generally. Although Eddie Howe, it must be said, did say, I think on Thursday, that they've got no issues as it stands. Matthew Hall says, I have a dilemma. I can bring Bowen in for -4, field 10, or Son and Breuer -8, field 11, thoughts. The other one from Son Bowen would come in next week. I think if you're really keen on the -8, do it. I mean, that whether I take the -8 for Ronaldo or not's kind of borderline, and it's influenced on the no is influenced on the fact I would have to remove a player who currently has got a fixture. So in your case, Matthew, the fact that it will give you the 11, I'd say probably yes, take the -8. Vivek Gore says, planning to sell Semedo. Who would you recommend from Dalot, Davis, Emerson, Royal, or any other PS? Can't get to Region. Davis or Dyer, mate. I'd slight preference for Eric Dyer at this stage. Just purely looking ahead in case Tottenham buy a left-footed centre-back in January. They certainly will be targeting one. Doesn't mean they'll buy one. But Eric Dyer, a little bit more secure. Just seems silly to think further ahead, but just thinking further ahead, he's a little bit more secure at this stage. So preference would be Eric Dyer. Essence says, Dennis, Salah, Lacazette, Ronaldo, Son and Breuer from -8. This is the only route to both Ronaldo and Son and takes a number of playing players from 9 to 11. Only concern is if Chelsea is postponed. Exactly. Leave it late. We think at the moment that it looks like everything's going to be on, right? So we have to work on that basis. Obviously, look, the recommendation is for everybody to leave their transfers till late. I've got the FPL app, well, not the app open. I've got the desktop open with the transfers kind of ready in my team, and I just literally need to press make transfers confirm for the Son Breuer move. I don't like the selling Lacazette. It's obviously something that I've considered, and I do think it's a possibility that Nketiah may even start today. I can't be taking a hit out when I've got a forward about to play Norwich, I don't think. So Lacazette stays for me for now. So it would be a no, mate, purely on I'm not in agreement with selling Lacazette. FPL Red says, never been more stuck for what to do in my life. Can't decide between Kane and Ronaldo. Don't like Kane's form, but Ronaldo's game is ages away in COVID terms. Definite preference for Ronaldo over Kane. There is no justification for Harry Kane on that value. Now, for those on free hit, fine. If someone wants to get him in for 3 game weeks, fine. I can accept it. But he is not worth that money at the moment. Even I have to admit that at this stage. So definite preference for Ronaldo over Kane. Vivek Gore, is Duffy going to start? I would imagine so. Yeah, he's obviously back from suspension, although Adam Webster is available as well, but I think Brighton will play a back 3. There is also a slight doubt about Joel Veltman, but he's also expected to be okay, and I think that will be Brighton's back 3. Paul Spencer 007, hi James, I'm a free hit. Do I go Kane and Saka or KDB and Laka? I already have Son and Foden. If I was on free hit, I'd have Kane. Definitely. Kane and Ronaldo would be the two premium players definitely going in there as far as I'm concerned if I was on free hit. Essence says, everyone hit the like button. This is a tough period for FPL content creation. Thank you, SM. Much appreciated. Hasselbank is win. Hi, James. Who is the best midfielder to get under 6 million who does not play for Arsenal? Oh, Christ almighty. Trossard's over, isn't he? I think you met a case Jacob Ramsey 4.5. You want to go really cheap, by the way. Kieran Dewsbury Hall at Leicester, I think he's 4.3 million now. Could be an easy one to sit in. Okay, look, it's probably a 2-pointer today, obviously, but moves you forward. He's beginning to become a regular starter for Leicester. Under 6 million midfielder. There's not anything great there, is there? I mean, of what's available today, you could arguably say even like Declan Rice or something. There's nothing great. There is nothing great there at all. Ideally, you'd want to be looking at the players who could play in 21. But perfect example, I think the team's most likely to double in 21, and I'm guessing. Burnley, no fixture today. Watford, no fixture today. Everton, no fixture today. And Leicester, Manchester City away, and then Liverpool at home. So you can't even really kind of be looking at 21 with the transfers, but therefore it would maybe make me want to look, like I said, maybe even like Dewsbury Hall. Might sound ridiculous, but that would maybe be what I'd consider. Alex Abdella, would you go Saka with the form or Bowen with the fixtures? Thank Bowen, definitely. Joe Burns says, hi James, Salah and Josh King to Bowen and Ronaldo -4, or just Salah to Son. Can always go Lacazette to Ronaldo after this game week. Thanks, mate. Depends. I mean, if it's going to get you the extra player out, Joe, then yeah, fine, -4. If you've already got 11 or 12 sitting there and are in a decent position, then no, I would just make the free transfer. Daniel McAdams says, haven't used my wildcard. Excuse me, only need 2 transfers this week. Is it wasted at this point? What would you do with wildcard for game week 20? My head hurts. It's not easy, mate. It's not easy. Honestly, I would not wildcard now if you haven't used it yet. I would wait till Tuesday in case we're fortunate enough to have some fixture announcement tomorrow. I wouldn't expect it, but that's definitely the number one reason why I would wait. And in all honesty, I would wildcard into a team in game week 20 that you like, rather than concentrating too much towards the fixtures. Because in terms of game week 22, we could have like 16 teams or so double, right? So there's a good chance you might land well anyway if it's a big double. So I would just prioritize wildcarding into the team that you wanted without consideration for doubles. A-Man talks FPLSC. Hi James, thoughts on a -4 of Gallagher to Bowen in case he's one of the players affected with COVID? No, I would keep Gallagher. Yeah, I think we have to assume as well, it's Norwich in midweek. We have to assume at this stage that's going to go ahead as well. Dragon Josiowski, hi James, do Salah to Son or keep Salah and do Rafinha to Ramsey instead? Cheers. My feeling on Salah is sell. Generally, it's not the case for everybody, and obviously those free hitting are obviously going to have Salah in midweek. His effective ownership still going to be off the charts. I still think he's probably the best captaincy option in game week 20. But if it was any other player looking at blank, Leicester away, Chelsea away, blank, and those blanks could be double game weeks for a number of teams, we would be selling that player. So I'm in the pro selling Salah camp. I absolutely know he could kill me in the next 2 game weeks. That's a risk I'm prepared to take. Vivek Gore says, what to do with Villa assets like Watkins if their match gets called off versus Leeds, even if Villa will be having a double game week? Villa probably unlikely to have a double game week 21. I guess in theory their fixture with Burnley could fall in there. Game week 22 they probably are likely to have a double, but Manchester United at home is the scheduled fixture at the moment. I think ideally you don't want to sell Villa players if they've got a game, right? Chelsea are not in the best situation at the moment, so like I've got Ramsey, I'm going with it. If I had Watkins, I wouldn't be looking to sell him right now unless it was a case of this will get me to a strong 11 and I can get to Ronaldo is the obvious one to consider. It looks likely that probably Villa's game at Leeds in midweek probably won't go ahead, you would have to think. So if it works for you, I don't mind selling Watkins. Ramsey I'm not bothered about. I'm going to expect it to be kind of like a 2-pointer and stuff anyway. But I can understand certainly why people want to sell. It's so dependent on your circumstance. Like if you only got 7 players, I'm going to say keep Watkins. If you've got 9 or 10 and the -4 allows you Ronaldo, for example, then probably yes, make the move. Zane Patel says, hi James, Watkins or Antonio out for Ronaldo? Doubts over Antonio playing, but overall better upcoming fixtures. Thanks, mate. I know. Honestly, those with Antonio, I feel really sorry for at the moment because it's such a difficult call. What if he plays today? We haven't got the information. You'd want him, wouldn't you? And to be honest, even if he doesn't play today and then is available for Watford in midweek, you'd be like, oh, I want him for that. It's so tough to call. And again, I think the answer is probably influenced by how many players in your squad. Like again, if you've only got 7 at the moment, for example, I think it's probably keep Watkins and sell Antonio. If you've got 9 or 10, it's probably sell Antonio. But then you're going to want to move Watkins to something else in midweek. It's not an easy call at all, I'm afraid. Zane Patel says, hi James, Watkins or Antonio out for Ronaldo? That's what I've just done. Obviously, James Nelson, Merry Christmas to you and your family, James. No question today. What will be, will be. Thank you, James. Wish you well. Stewie Bryan, as the stream started, can't see anything. Yep, believe so. Ricky Donahoe, morning, James. Who's the best Arsenal mid for weeks 19 to 20? I mean, you've got to say Martinelli at the moment with the value, haven't you? I think you really have got to say that. But I think it's doubtful that any of those Arsenal attacking midfielders play twice. Remember, they play Wolves at 12:30 on Tuesday currently. So how does Arteta do it? Does he look at Norwich and think, oh, it's Norwich, I'll rotate? Or does he think, oh, I'd rather rotate with a home fixture in midweek? Wolves have got a rest before the game as well. But I think if I was buying one, it would be Martinelli. Warnock says best defenders under 5.5. Kieran Tierney, he's definitely up there. I think Brighton guys come into consideration depending on your rotation, like Lamptey. Shane Duffy's now 4.1, is really interesting. I don't think you can buy Palace as it stands right now. And other than Norwich, the fixtures in the next 5 are not brilliant. Leicester would be avoidable. Zinchenko, I think will probably play for City again today, but that's a kind of lingering problem you're gonna have week after week. The United players, Varane could be back. I'm sure he must be under that value. Dalot, I'm a little bit nervous about whether he'll start or not tomorrow night. You've obviously got the Tottenham boys, Dyer and Davis. West Ham, I think Johnson's probably avoidable. Soufal I wouldn't have confidence in. The most nailed at the moment is Diop, but a little bit similar to what I said earlier about the Ben Davies scenario. West Ham are probably going to add a defender in January because of their injury situation there. And as Chris Stone confirmed on Clash of Correspondence on Thursday, if they do, Dawson is more locked on than Diop, and I don't think Dawson's a good buy at the moment. There's also some speculation that Aaron Cresswell might not be returning anytime soon, even though David Moyes has said that, look, I'm not sure if he's available this week, which you would think would give Masuaku a longer run in the team. But then we've seen him play Johnson at left back. It's murky. So to be honest, right now the answer's probably Tottenham, and just save that money for a little bit. Jim says, Merry Xmas, Jamesy. Thank you, Jim. Good luck, Justin Dye. Morning, James. Hoping yours had a wonderful holiday. Thank you. We had a great day yesterday. Thank you. I hope all of you had a great Christmas. Bad Company. Hi, James. Thoughts on Bergwijn as a punt. Looks good against West Ham. Nah, not for me, mate. I'd be extremely surprised if he started today. Ez Thrifty, -8. Worth to save free hit. Cheers, James. In my opinion, yes. ABJ, Kane over Ronaldo. Thoughts I've covered, and it's a no from me. Vishwajit says, which game would the players leave for AFCON? Now this is a little bit flexible and changes per player actually in certain circumstances. So we think that the likes of Dennis and Salah have been given permission to play in Game Week 21 and then they'll go. Not going to be available Game Week 22, 23. It's almost certain. So we think after 21 for the majority of players. Some players, like for example, I've seen Thomas Partey, there's some speculation that he's going to play today and then go. But it looks like the main FPL ones I think are probably going to be available in Game Week 21 and then go. That seems to be the situation, but it is slightly different depending on which country's picking the players, right, and whether they're allowing it or not, because technically they can call the players up, I believe, from tomorrow. Binage says, hi James, Watkins to Ronaldo for a -8. It's a no. It's a no for me while the Villa game is on currently. Eshan says Ramsdale win from -4 or play Gator. Play Gator as it stands. No guarantee that he'll be back in goal in place of Aaron Ramsdale, but yeah, I would play Gator. Warnock says, is it risky to play free hitters? We need transfers for future double game weeks, blank game weeks. Of course it is. And listen, those who free hit are obviously going to be in the best position this week because you can pick a team from scratch. But I'll give a perfect example. And I can pick any random game week here. Game week 26, doesn't matter. Any random game week. What happens if we suddenly get 3 games scheduled in there where suddenly it looks like there's good doubles for, like, I don't know, teams like Southampton, West Ham, and a few others. West Ham's a bad example, so it'd probably be in Europa League that week. And you can free hit into like those who'll have doubles right there and then and be aggressive with it. I much prefer that, and there's no guarantee that that's going to happen. Of course not. But I don't think I would want from a free hit, personally, 30 extra points. In my circumstance, I just don't think that's the case, even if I end up with 6 or 7 players this game week, which is possible, even with the transfers I'm about to make, like people like Dalot or a doubt, Bernardo might not play, Cancelo might not play. By the way, I'm going to captain Son, if I hadn't clarified. I know on the screen I think it's got Cancelo bust as captain. But I do intend to leave the vice-captaincy excuse me, on Jared Bowen and captain Son. That's my plan at the moment. So I personally would make the case to hold it. For those who've used it, like, very best of luck. I think for many people it's completely understandable why you're going to go and use it. Even more so now with the Tottenham game being on. You can go and have treble Tottenham. That's going to make it look a lot stronger. But I think there's more advantages to come, personally. That's the decision I've made. FPL D, hi James, do you prefer Salah to Son or Salah and Dennis to Son and Ronaldo from -4 and bench Watkins or Rudiger? If I could get Salah and Son and Ronaldo from -4, I would definitely do that. Wouldn't be keen on benching either Watkins or Rudiger. Must be something else in your squad, I think, that's probably better to bench. I would play Rudiger over Watkins, personally. I don't know, you always pick the forward, James, yeah, but I think the defenders of the big three, then you play them. Shifa says, I assume you would agree with my moves this game with Salah, Cornet to Son and Bowen. I would. Thoughts about another hit of Livramento to Maguire or wait another game to see how nailed is Dallo? No, I wouldn't force the Harry Maguire, mate. No way. Livramento will almost definitely play today, you would think. Ben Thompson, our Sheffield United correspondent, says, morning, James. Glad game is on. I'm still not biting any Spurs players. I'm doing -4. Salah, King to Ronaldo and Martinelli. I wish you luck, Ben. FPL telling Josh, morning James, hope you and family had a good Christmas, mate. If you go to the game late, have a great afternoon and wish you all the best for the game week, mate. Yes, as covered, this stream is going to end literally as soon as the deadline hits. I'm going to say deadline, thanks everyone, good luck, and end the stream and get out of here because there's no trains today or anything, so I need to get going to Tottenham. Jonathan Albert about to leave for Villa Park today. Salah and Dennis to Son and Ronaldo for -4, and except I miss Salah against Leicester next week. Also, thanks for responding to my DM, James. You're very welcome, Jonathan. If anyone tries to DM me now, I'm not going to respond because I'm here. Yes, I'd make the moves, mate. Joshua Tan, hi James. Have Ramsdale, Cancelo, James, Alonso. Oh my God, it's the whole team. Would you take -4 for Son, Ronaldo? Yeah. Next question. Jean Coughlin, hi James. Have brought in Son for Salah. Worth going Silva and Dennis to Bowen and Ronaldo from -8. Have 10 players playing at the Mo. So what we're looking at here, we're looking at Ronaldo and Bowen effectively to outscore Bernardo Silva by 8 or more. Now, if Bernardo Silva doesn't start, then I'd say yes. If he does, I think it's probably borderline. I'm going to say yes, Sean. I'm going to say yes, do it. Josh says, Merry Christmas, James. Salah and Lacazette to Son and Ronaldo, or Salah and King to Bowen and Ronaldo. Yeah, I'm just not keen on selling Lacazette with that fixture today, personally. I know he's going to do fuck all, but I'm not keen on selling him. Mr. Grouch, 86. Hello, James. Thanks for everything. No question. Thank you. Good luck. Ren says, best West Ham midfielder, not Bowen, as I don't have the money for him. Not Ben Rama, because he's likely to go to AFCON. Although if I was on a free hit today, I would definitely have Ben Rama. I think I chance him starting. So I think by default it's 4 nows, isn't it? If he's affordable. John Lawless says, cheers for the content, James. Let's hope Sonny does the business today. Fingers crossed. Dragon Josiowski, Rafinha to Bowen from -4. Yeah, that's very acceptable, particularly as we think Leeds will probably be off in midweek. Alan Holohan, afternoon, James. Would you do Lacazette, Antonio to Ronaldo -4? And if so, which one? Unfortunately, Antonio, and yes, I would. Shamil Galani, hey pal, questions 1, Salah, Laka and Alonso. Ooh, to Ronaldo, Son and Ben Johnson for a -8, worth it? I'm going to say no, mate. I mean, Alonso and Lacazette could put you in the mud there, mate. 2, best 4.4 million under defender pick. At that price, probably Shane Duffy. I'd come all the way down, I think. And you'd be all right for a few weeks. Can't guarantee that it'll be okay by the time we get to sort of 22, 23. But for a few weeks. Other than that, Sham, you're a West Ham fan. You'll know better about the Ben Johnson situation than I do. If you've got confidence in Johnson, then Johnson. Meninda says, what's your Sky captain plan for this round? PS, check your captains. If knocked off my Cancelo captain randomly when I logged in today. So, yes, I will do that. On my way to Spurs. The plan is to captain Cancelo. Obviously, in that format, you get to see the team before you have to lock in your captain. If he's in the team, I will captain him. If not, I might even buy Son. Not for Cancelo, but maybe for someone else. Tomorrow, I've got Ronaldo. Zess says Cancelo, Bernardo, or Martinelli as captain. From that, preference is Cancelo. But please stick the vice captaincy on someone who looks a lock to play, like a Jared Bowen or something. I actually think Bowen is a really cheeky potential captaincy choice this week, actually. I really do. Avis says, hi James, Gundogan to Son for free transfer to have 9 players, or Salah and Laka to Ronaldo's Son to have 10. I'm just not keen on selling Lacazette. He's got fucking... I know he's nothing, he's rubbish. He's got Norwich. I'm really not keen on selling Lacazette. But it does make sense. Those transfers do make sense. I'm just not keen on selling Lacazette. So I'm going to stick to my guns and say the 3, because obviously, look, I could go Lacazette to Ronaldo. I've decided I'm not going to. I could go Salah to Son and Lacazette to Ronaldo, and I'm not going to do it because I just cannot be selling a forward before they're playing Norwich on the potential of what might be in that fixture. Talal Brooker says, my team, thanks for selling your team. You want to take a -4 hit on Salah to Sterling, Jota to Mount. I wouldn't sell Jota. No way would I sell Jota at the moment. Same applies to Trent, by the way. Eliezer says Salah and Dennis out for Ronaldo and one of Trossard or Maddison. What's your thoughts? I don't mind Maddison as a cheeky shout. I know he's probably not likely to do anything for you today, but I think Leicester could have a double in 21. And I think they're almost certain to double in 22. So I don't mind that in terms of getting yourself set for it. But I also came to the conclusion that I would buy Trossard to deal with the immediate problem. Particularly if I was taking a hit for it. They don't want to take a hit for a player playing away to Man City. Not really. So slight preference for Trossard on the immediate. If you want to think further ahead, I really don't mind the Maddison shout now. Mark Burns says, glad to see you survived the wife after the Watkins fiasco last week. Happy Christmas, fella. Yeah, just about. Josh Hinchcliffe says, afternoon, James. Hope you're good. Would you take Foden down to Gilmore to fund Son and Ronaldo? Salah and King out. Thank you. Would you take Foden down to Gilmore? Again, I'd prefer Dewsbury Hall. Honestly, consider him. 4.3 at Leicester. Ryan Walker, but yes, I don't mind that. Ryan Walker says Salah, Dennis and Brownhill to Son, Ronaldo, Bowen, thumbs up. FPL Glasgow, do you like that shirt now, James? All the best and cheers for everything. I don't hate it anywhere as near as much as I did when I bought it, to be honest with you, but I do feel like a prick wearing it. Miena Sidon says Salah and Huang for Ronaldo and Son for a -4. Should I also transfer Saka to Bowen as well, or Watkins for Ronaldo for free? No, I'd take the -4. Saka to Bowen, no, leave Saka in there. Sash JM, triple captain Lacquer and use free hit on double game week. What's your opinion? No chance. Tomo says, would you get Saka or Martinelli? I'd go Martinelli at this stage on the value, mate. Notorious Nerd, Livramento or James or Alonso for Region for a hit? No. J23, Salah to Martinelli and King or Dennis to Ronaldo from -4. We'll have 10 playing if I do this. Yeah, I'm okay with that. Preference would be to sell Dennis rather than King at this stage. Hadi Diallo, Spurs game cancelled? No. The information is that the game is on. Ben Costin says, have to play free hit. Who are your top players to bring in? 5 in midfield, 3 up top. Bowen, Ben Rama, Ronaldo, Son and Kane. Arsenal's a bit of a... I probably would go Lacazette, you know. Cheeky ones would be like Trossard, Maupay. Maupay's back available. I know the YouTube guy's going to love it. I think Maupay on free hit, cheeky one actually. Potentially specifically for free hitters though. That's roughly where I'd be looking to target. Wouldn't go any Chelsea attacking players. AJ Valentino says Kane or Ronaldo. Esham. Breuer for Davis or Davis for Ape Nori. Breuer would be the preference, my friend. That said, Ape Nori's got no fiction. Davis could even drop you a 1-pointer. You can come back for Breuer. Go Davis. FPL Pepsi. Oof, doesn't sound like you're going to any game today, mate. Which one of the sub-7 midfielders out of the Spurs boys do you think has the best chance of becoming an asset at some point this season? None of them. I stopped looking at it for the sake of it. Lucas Moura's the biggest chance, but cannot see it, mate. Just does not equate to FPL returns. You've also got potential system change to 2 up front, which might see him miss game time. Yes, it does look like I'm going to games today. Dan J says, hello James. Do you think playing Watkins, Target, Antonio and Gator to make a 10-men team for -4 is better than a free hit? Yes. Honestly, free hit, 5 players or less, otherwise I wouldn't bother. El says, morning James, hope you had a good Xmas. Need to transfer Jamie Vardy out and have 11.4 million total. Who would you recommend? Excuse me. I would recommend keeping Jamie Vardy. That's where I'd be at with it. If you can't get up to Ronaldo. Or I'd sell something else that gets you up to Ronaldo. Meneem says, Watkins or Lacazette to Ronaldo, Brandon Williams to Dallo or Davis. I'd go Davis over Dallo at the moment, and I would sell Watkins rather than Lacazette. Shiraz says Mount or Son. Sash JM, opinions on triple captain on Lacazette? No, mate. Daniel Zenstra says, would you take -4 for Salah and Dennis for Ronaldo and Martinelli? Already have Saka. Or -8 for Sterling, Dennis and Salah for Bowen, Ronaldo and Son. I like the Bowen, Ronaldo and Son, to be honest. Excuse me. Prabesh says, Salah to Son is done. Thinking of moving Watkins out for Ronaldo, but that will need -8. The Villa match might get postponed. But should I do that for Lacazette next week instead and hold Watkins? Yeah, but then you probably want to bin Watkins in midweek. Shiresh says captain Son or Ronaldo. My preference would be Ronaldo. Vice captain Son. That's on the screen. Menium says, do you think Leeds versus Aston Villa are going to be postponed? Yes, I think it probably will be. Paolo Gatti says, you don't need to put things in capital letters, mate. Salah and Watkins to Son and Ronaldo, or Salah and Dennis to Son and Kane. Preferred Ronaldo over Kane option. Adam says, I think this is the week Son finally goes off. Well rested versus a very weak Palace team. Coming into form under Conte. Home game, Palace in shambles with no manager and a makeshift team. Took it for him. They might well be very inspired today, mate. They might be very well inspired. OGP says Cap Lacazette or Cancelo. Still preference Cancelo, to be honest. Daniel, hi James, just woke up here in the US just in time to sort my team out. Hope you're well, and you too, Dan. We are about 25 minutes on deadline, guys. Miena Sidon says, would you take -4 for Livramento, to a 4.5 million defender? And who would you get? No, and I wouldn't. It would be a Tottenham player, but no, I wouldn't. Arham says, hi James, to field a full 11 with no bench, would you take a hit to get in Son and Rashford? Can't afford Ronaldo and wants some United cover. No, I wouldn't stress about it, mate. Just go Sonny. Miena says, also love the jersey, have a good game week, James, and enjoy the game. Thank you. Andy Martin's in, our Leeds correspondent, says, Merry Christmas, mate. Saturday, my dad, my dilemma is Morpay v Trossard. Free hit, Andy. Arguably Morpay, but Trossard for me, mate, I think. Bazbestos says, hi James, hope you had a great Xmas. I need to take a -4 to fund Salah King to Ronaldo's Son, as I'm 0.1 short on doing it with 2 frees. Would you do Bernardo, Bowen or Smith Rowe Martinelli to fund it? Smith Rowe could play instead of Martinelli, couldn't he? I wouldn't, mate. Christian Puffer says, James versus Andrew Cooper in the 3rd round of the England Cup. You won the 2nd round match by 30 points. Woohoo! Yay, party. Martin Kompolk, do you prefer Sancho or Rashford as option? Rashford. Christian Puffer says, Sujan Shaw versus Kevin Duffy in the 3rd round of the England Cup. Suj won by 29 points in the 2nd round, but Suj lost by 18 points in the 3rd round of the FPL Cup. Bloody hell. Lucas says, hi James, Bowen for Rafinha or Sissoko. Been Sissoko, mate. But it depends a little bit on value. So, I mean, look, neither are going to play this week. So, if it means selling Rafinha now and then Sissoko to someone else in next week, it depends on your price. Probably makes it better to sell Rafinha. Aslu says, please tell Tottenham update. The update is that the game is on as it stands. Josh Riddle, Salah and Lacazette to Son and Ronaldo. No, I mean, if it's for free, I'm keener on that than the minus hits to remove Lacazette. Bain says, morning James, you think Smith Rowe will play this game week? I mean, he'll certainly be involved. Whether he'll start, it's up to Arteta. Like I said, when does he's unlikely to play the same 11 today and on Tuesday. So which game does he want to rotate a little bit in? Will he mix and match the two? Probably yes. Arsenal's a difficult one right now as far as I'm concerned. Shem McDonald says, King Salah out for Ronaldo, Bowen for a hit to have Smith Rowe or Livramento on the bench, or just free hit. Don't free hit, Shem. Fuggish says, would you rate Rashford over Bruno at the moment, as Rashi has been playing striker the last games and it'd be an easy replacement for Salah? Yes, I would not buy Bruno Fernandes at the moment. George says, Region or James? Region at this stage. Gus, should I get in Ronaldo from -4? I need to sell Watkins or Antonio. Yeah, for Antonio, arguably there's a case to say, yeah, do it for Antonio now and then buy Antonio for Watkins in midweek. That could be the case. Ashar says, would you go for a free hit if you got 7 playing? No. Pete Haley says, hi James, best 4.1 or less defender, cheers. It's going to be Duffy or Johnson, mate. Duffy would be my preference. Sean Chen, Salah to Son or Sterling to Son? Salah, Sterling, I think will probably start today. Russell Baker, up the Palace, hoping for a good game today, James. Wish you well, Russell. Having Gundogan Foden in my starting 11 is proving difficult to sell Salah to Ronaldo, Son -4. Then maybe sacrifice the City players if you can, mate. Bain says, what is your moves this week, James? The intention right now is to go Salah to Son and Dennis to Broya, leave a shitload of money in the bank, and that opens up a very comfortable Lacazette to Ronaldo in midweek. That's the current thinking, but I'm sure that situation will change again. Gary Smith says, hi James. Dave PM says, Reggie or Dalla. I'm going to say Reggie. Gary Smith wants to big up Ronaldo. Phil C, if you want a wild card today, which Arsenal players would you have, if any? I would have Martinelli on wild card, and I would have Kieran Tierney. That's where I'd be at. Portugal XX3. Hi James. Jesus Salah to Ronaldo Son, or Dennis Salah to Ronaldo Martinelli. Oh, Jesus would do my head in, but I wouldn't want to. Again, he's another player I wouldn't want to sell right now. So it's got to be the Dennis Salah move. Eliezer says, who do you think will start? Lucas Moura or Dele Alli? Lucas Moura. Fuggish from Jew Block. Hey mate, I have 8 men playing at the moment already on -4. I have Son already. Would Rashford be worth a punt for Salah, as he's been playing striker next to Ronaldo his last 2 games? Yes, I don't mind it. David Lamanga says Salah and Davis to Ronaldo and Trossard, or Salah and King to Ronaldo and Bowen. I quite like the Ronaldo Trossard move, to be honest. As I said, Trossard's been under consideration for me. Bigger says, do you think I should captain Bernardo Silva? I haven't got him on the captaincy matrix, to be honest. No. Sack says, I won't stop saying love you, James lad. Can't see you saying it again, but thank you. Elvis Chen says, Salah, Jota and Allen out. God, I talk too much, don't I? Salah, Jota and Allen out for Son, De Bruyne and Martinelli -8. I would not sell Jota. Not sell Jota. Bob Farrell says, hi James, hope you had a good Christmas. Are you going to the game today? Yes, I'm leaving in 21 minutes. Alfie Tolland, Cancelo, De Bruyne, or I've got my shoes on and everything, I'm not joking. Alfie Tolland, Cancelo, De Bruyne or Son for captain. Son is the safest play. Son is the safest play. But anyone wants to go Cancelo, I'm fine with it. I think Cancelo will play. Harvey Roch says, keep Lacazette this game week and go Ronaldo next. Or Ronaldo in -4, definitely getting Son for Salah, thanks. It's a keep Lacazette. Mohammed just covered my transfers. Sean Fernandez, James, how many players are you fielding this game week? Well, if nothing else is postponed, those 2 transfers are going to leave me with 11, which I would obviously be very happy to go with. I'm just going to, we're 20 minutes to deadline, just have a little scan and see if there's any news that I can potentially share with you. No. At the moment, everything seems as normal as can be under these circumstances. Pete Haley, one more. Play Rudiger or Watkins? Rudiger. Sean Fernandez, James, how many players you filled in? It could be 11. FPL Pepsi, fair enough. Sound like you're having a bit of a cold, hence the comment about you not sound like you're going to the game. I'm actually fine. I took a COVID test the other day as well. I think I did a team news stream right before this for the patrons as well, and just yapping too much. On Thursday I did feel really rough and I did take a COVID test and it came back negative. Arham says Salah to Son and Rafinha to Rashford for a hit to field 11. Salah to Son and Rafinha to Rashford. Yeah, I'm okay with that. I mean, Boyd have 11 starters but include Watkins and Gilmore. Would you -8 Salah, Watkins, Sterling for Foden, Ronaldo, Son? I wouldn't be smashing in Foden as part of a hit at this stage. JP, Salah, Jota. No, I wouldn't be selling Jota, mate. I'd like that you want to get Son and Bowen, but I'd look at moving something else. Would not want to sell Diogo Jota or Trent Alexander-Arnold under any circumstances, particularly even more so if you are selling Salah. Joseph says, should I captain Son or Cancelo? My preference is Son. Keza FPL, hi James, love the stream. Would you do Salah and Walker out for Son and Cancelo for a -4? Yes. Fuggish says best Salah replacement if Son's already in squad. I'd come right down. Jared Bowen would be next top of my list, honestly. Elvis says Salah, Jota and Allen. I've definitely already done that one. Tom Burke, is that your final team, James? Apologies, you already said keeping you live to stay up to date. No, I mean I can't put the team on screen when I haven't made the transfers, but as to clarify, yes, my intention is Salah to Son and Dennis to Broya is my intention. I'm ready to make those transfers and I intend to make them in around about 10 minutes. Tom Burke, that's what just covered. Meniam says Davis or Reggie on him. If you can afford Reggie, by all means. Florian says, for your information, At Rob Pritchard 78, retweeted by Ben Dinnery, has tweeted the West Ham versus Southampton team sheet. According to this, Bowen and Breuer on the bench. Antonio starts. Enjoy the game. Thanks, Florian. I mean, it's 1 hour 47 minutes before the game. There ain't no team sheets, mate. Gabriel, I can't, doesn't mean that won't happen, but I'm telling you there are no team sheets at this stage, mate. And the chances are you put that in the chat a little while ago as well. Gabriel Canby, you going to tweet your team before deadline, James? No, I'm not, because I'm here. I've told you what it's going to be. Lewis Lee says, hi, James. Would you remove Wilson for Ronaldo for a -4? It's so dangerous when it's two players playing against each other. If you're in a luxurious position that you can do that, yes, but otherwise, no. Young Alex, will Smith Rowe play? I don't know. I don't pick the team, mate. Ibrahim says, I'm worried about United considering there's another day for bad news. There's that as well. Dixon says, should I bring in Ronaldo? I mean, well, yeah, if you can, do it. Dan says, just seen Vieira's COVID. Yes, Vieira won't be at the game. I think it's part why Palace wanted to get the game postponed. Biffin says, any news on Walker, James? Good luck for this game week. My understanding is he probably won't be available. Ellen says, Rafinha, Antonio, Salah out, Bowen, Watkins, Son in for -8. Nah, I'm not buying Watkins now. No, I'd rather you came down for like Breuer or something. Alex says, got Smith Rowe, worth a hit to get Martinelli or Bowen in. I wouldn't sell Smith Rowe for one of them for a hit at this stage, because I just think it's every chance that Smith Rowe could play today. Owen Wilson, can you clarify on that comment you just sent me, please, mate? Nah, not worth it, in my opinion. Unless he's someone you definitely really want to get rid of, and Bowen's a player you really want. You could go Smith Rowe to Martinelli, and they could easily be the other way around today. Beren says, Edouard, a good option. My understanding is he was available as of yesterday for Palace. Doesn't mean it hasn't changed over the last 24 hours. I don't think you can buy a Palace player right now. Meniam Ahmed says, is Leeds versus Aston Villa game going to be postponed? We think yes, but I'm not the decision maker. The Premier League is. Kezer FPL, thanks for the advice, bro. We'll do Salah to Son, but instead of Walker to Cancelo, would you get a Spurs defender in to save cash? No, I'd go Cancelo, mate. Jeremy Lawless, I've triple Chelsea defence v double Villa attack. Sad. Good luck, Jeremy. I hope it doesn't end 1-1 for your sake. LNNG, take care of that cough, James, and good luck this week. Yeah, no, honestly, I'm absolutely fine. Bain says, James, would you do Smith Rowe and Salah to Son and Bowen -4? Would you do Smith Rowe and Salah to Son and Bowen for -? That I'd be more tempted to do, yeah. Alex says, or Breuer then for a hit instead of... are we just getting players for the sake of it now at this stage? I mean, mine's to get me 11s. I mean, if you want to play and play, I personally don't see any reason with Adam Armstrong likely unavailable why Breuer won't start. So, yeah, I mean, look, I'm going Breuer. I'm not expecting to return today. But my intention, part of my thinking with going Breuer is, my intention was always, I went Dennis King on wildcard a couple of weeks ago. My intention was always to view them for a few weeks, make a decision between the two, and sell one of them to Breuer anyway. So I'm sticking with that plan. Jake Cal says, Sky questions Salah out for Son. That's a no for me, Jake, because I would want to captain Mo Salah on Tuesday. So it's going to be a no for me. You may even find you need to captain Mo Salah next Sunday as well. So it's a no. Shashi says, should I buy Man City mids if I'm not free hitting? In my opinion, no. Minium says, love your advice. Is Davis or Dallo? At this minute in time, Davis, because I'd have concern about Dallo, and right now you want to pick the nailed player, and I'd be fairly stunned if Ben Davis doesn't start for Tottenham today. Whereas I actually think Wan-Bissaka and Shaw might both come back into the Manchester United team tomorrow. That's just an opinion. Boyd says, current midfielders are Haas, Sterling, Gilmore, Martinelli. Attack is Watkins, Lacazette. I'm doing Salah to Son. But should I get Ronaldo for Watkins but calls in another hit? You got to ask yourself, do you think Ronaldo outscores Watkins by 4, right? That's what it comes down to. And of course, I think the easy thing to say is yes, he probably will. If you really want Ronaldo, I think for most people, the obvious solution is to say yes. Oh, God. Okay, so yeah, that West Ham Southampton information is complete nonsense. Uh, okay, thanks, Gary Robinson, as well. Thanks for that as well. I'm aware of the poor young West Ham fan who died of cancer very recently as well, and that's part what it's about. It's the way they've set up the team and the program, I think, or on the team sheet by the looks of it. So no, that West Ham Southampton rumour is nonsense. Thank you, Owen and Gary, for that. Uh, Foden, Keza says Foden back in Pep's good books. God knows, mate. Guess away. Bestos, would you do Salah King to Ronaldo Bowen for free? Cannot get Son without a hit. Yeah, I think that's fine. If you've got a preference like to go to Ronaldo route rather than Son, then of course. I mean, it's so close in terms of preference between Ronaldo and Son for those who can only get one. And you know whichever one you go for will be the wrong one. I'm sure for me, going Son will be the wrong one. Shish says, just joined. Are you not planning on free hitting? No, not planning on free hitting. I'm planning on taking a -4, which would currently get me 11 players. I don't think the gain's there. Chris Woodruff, who would be your free hit priorities besides Son and Ronaldo? I'd definitely go Kane if I was on free hit. I'd have the three of them. Bowen, definitely. Ben Rama, I've said. I think it's a really interesting one. I would potentially look at punting someone like Riyad Mahrez, maybe even. Would maybe be a cheeky one on free hit. Does tend to play a lot over Christmas periods. We've seen that last couple of years. Defensively, I'd still look Chelsea. I'd be looking at sort of like Chelsea, Brighton. You'd obviously want a bit of Manchester United. I'd be mixed. Ordinarily on a free hit, I would want to go heavy ×3 on 4 teams or so. But that doesn't seem quite so sensible. I think you'd still go treble Tottenham. And which Arsenal players put in is really difficult. Honestly, I even say someone like, I've got Kieran Tierney. What's to say Tavares isn't going to play today? Because of Arsenal's tight turnaround. Nothing to say that at all, to be very honest. Alex says, thanks for explaining King and Dennis situation. Get better before New Year's. I'm absolutely fine. Literally, I did the team news stream, was fine before that. James Trevelyan says, Livramento to Region as part of a -4. Already done. Nah, not for a hit. Nah. Mufasa says, thanks for all your hard work, mate. I'm currently putting out 11, but include Douglas Luiz, Smith Rowe, Foden and Antonio. Worth the -4 for Dennis De Bruyne and bench Douglas Luiz. No, I don't think so. Marcus F says, is it worth bringing in Ronaldo for Laka just because you want to be making that move in the coming weeks anyway? Ron captain this week is the main motivation too. Have a good time at the game. I mean, look, if you want to, if it's free and you want to, Lacazette to Ronaldo would definitely make for free. I'm just not convinced on the -4 personally. I mean, for myself personally, it would have to be part of the -8. I can't justify it, I don't think. Lacazette to Ronaldo for free, yeah, fine, absolutely. David Lemenga -4 for King to Breuer. Nah. Not massively keen on the circumstance. I think Dennis De Bruyne -4, yeah. King, I think I want about for Gameweek 21 and 22. Maneem says, thanks for the help. Love your work. Merry Christmas. Thank you, Maneem. Hope you've had a good festive period. Elvis Chen, should I take out Jota for De Bruyne -4? Already have a -4. No, definitely not, mate. Elvis says, where is he reading those? I'm reading right in front of me, mate. Martin Bull, do you think Spurs are better suited to 5-3-2 in future? Was that just Liverpool specific? I think we're going to see it alternate from game to game, to be honest, at the moment, Martin, and particularly over this next week. I wouldn't be surprised, for example, if Tottenham played 3-4-2-1 today and then 5-3-2 on Tuesday. Difficult to say. He's working on both systems. Jaden Field, will Masuaku start for West Ham? I would say probably yes. Trigger 10 says, be interesting to see game time for Arsenal players, especially the key ones they play on Tuesday at 12:30. Exactly, as I've covered several times. Ryan Walker, I've still got Alan St. Maximin and Manquillo in my team. Probably keep them for now, mate. I mean, if you've got 11, then bin them, mate. But if you're short of players, then you keep them, don't you? And you hope Newcastle win 1-0. Who knows? Could be amazing differentials. Sam Jones says Salah, Rafinha and Antonio to Son, Martinelli and Ronaldo from -8. Yeah, I don't hate that. John says -4 for Cornet to Bowen. I think that's very reasonable. El says, does Mahrez start this week? I'm thinking yes. Just kind of covered that by saying that Mahrez does tend to play a lot of fixtures over the Christmas period if you look over the last couple of years. So I would predict yes. But I'm predicting a Guardiola team. I don't know anything more than that. Jaden says, are we confident De Bruyne will start? I would say yes. I think he probably will start. Secret Yellow, Laka to King. Laka or King to Ronaldo for a hit. Selling Laka now opens up Son from one of the City mids post Brentford game. It's the same dilemma I've been in. I'm not selling a forward before they're playing Norwich for -4. That's where I'm at. We are about 7 minutes to deadline, guys. Remember, there's going to be no kind of after Q&A on this because I'm disappearing to go to the football. I'm just going to have a check for you, see if there's any information potentially knocking about. Football Intelligence Unit has said, my understanding is you shouldn't put Rodri or Kyle Walker in your teams today. He's normally pretty reliable for information, so it could be that the two of them perhaps have COVID. There's no information at the moment. We look like we're all on as far as things stand, and as far as I can see, everything appears to be okay at this stage. So I guess it's time to make transfers for me then. I'm going to go ahead and make obviously the changes that I said I would make. Thank you FPL for logging me out. It's not helpful at this stage. Okay. Remember guys, deadline is in 5 minutes. So I'm going Salah to Heung-min Son, and I'm going Dennis to Armando Broja for a -4. That will leave me 6.2 million in the bank to potentially make more moves. No, that's not enough money to go from King to Ronaldo. And as I said several times earlier, I'm not selling Lacazette ahead of playing Norwich, even though I think there's half a chance he could even get left out. I just do not intend to do that. Okay, make transfers. Salah to Son, Dennis to Broja, confirm transfers, -4, and done. And there is my team confirmed with the transfers made. I think you can probably all just about see that, and you'll see captaincy is on Heung-min Son as well. Okay, it's about 4 minutes to deadline, guys. I think now, look, if a game gets postponed in the next 4 minutes, then it gets postponed in the next 4 minutes. It's time to get those transfers in, I think, guys. Jaden Field, are we confident De Bruyne will start? We did that. Secret Yellow, Laka to King. I did that. Daniel, some news for Suj. Does he still have Walker? Football Intelligence Unit saying, my understanding is you shouldn't, but it's someone at Suj and Shah and tell him. Jaden Field, thoughts on Mason Mount for today's fixture? I'm not massively keen on Mount as an FPL option personally. Could he do well today? Yeah. Would he start? You probably. Emily says, enjoy the game, James. Thank you. Colin Powell, Jota to Bowen from -4. No, wouldn't sell Jota. Adam says, who scores more points today? Saka or Ali or Fornals? I'm going to say Fornals. Mufasa says, good luck all. See you in less than 48 hours. Martin Ball, let's hope FPL doesn't crash for the last minute transfers. Fantasy Connections, credit to you for cracking on with the stream. Being Boxing Day, you'd be forgiven for not doing the deadline stream. I must be honest, this morning I did not want to do this stream at all because I was so annoyed about the situation with Tottenham. In addition, you don't sound like you don't have the cold. Get well, Slancher. I'm okay, honestly. I think I'm just sick of talking. There was a lot of talking yesterday and singing and shouting and weird stuff. Daniel says, all the best, James. Hope the arrow is green. Much love. David Lamanga, Salah and Davis to Ronaldo and Martinelli, or Salah and King? Salah and Davis, mate. I think. Right, it's about 2 minutes to deadline. I'll make it, guys. If you've got anything really quick you want to throw it in the chat. This stream will be ending in 2.5 minutes. I'm literally shutting at deadline, and it's thank you, good luck, and bye-bye. Team news stream on Tuesday is scheduled, not team news, deadline stream Tuesday is scheduled for 10 a.m. on Tuesday. But at this point, guys, you shouldn't really be asking me questions. You should just be making your fucking transfers. Ashley says, just did Salah to Son and Basuma to Martinelli for -4. False. You've done it. That's what you wanted to do. Great, fine. Basuma's suspended as well, so it's very reasonable. Pravish says, rumours Foden is benched. My best toast says, bench Liver or Douglas Luiz has benched Douglas Luiz. Daniel tweeted Suj, by the way. Thanks, James. Cheers, buddy. Have a good one. Sebo Slice, enjoy the match and good luck, James. Do you know what? I'll message Suj. Just in case he didn't know. Although I knowing Suj, I doubt he's left it this late. And I think he was going to West Ham. Thank you, Sebo Slice. I think I said that, but thank you anyway. Alex says, Douglas Luiz, what about him? Dan C says, site crashed. Dan says, lucky James site crashed. Benzai, it's down. Avis site crashed. Wow. Wow. I mean, it doesn't overly surprise me. That's why oh my god, it really has crashed as well. Oh my god. Dan C says, I literally locked in 30 seconds ago. Woo, James, chaos. Owen Walsh, sight down. Oh my god. Louis Patel says, I played my free hit so late. The site's come back on for me, but it's trying to load my team. Now, obviously, I'm done, so it's fine. Adam Tessiman says, smash the like, guys. Prabish Sharma says, site crash. Louis Patel, I just managed to lock in my captains. The website is saying, sorry, but we're unable to load the requested page at this time. Please try again in a few minutes. Right. Avis saying, back on. I make it deadline, guys. I'm off to Tottenham. Much love, everyone. Good luck for the game week. Ciao for now.